What's up? What's up? What's up? This is Joshua, aka Just a channel you need to watch. Son of Anarchy, Son of Anarchy, Final Ride. Um, epic, 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 epic. That's the only way I can describe it. Um, let's go back a little bit. When Clay was alive and Gina and Gemma. A lot of things I'm gonna say that basically, that started with Jack's father, kind of came full circle for everybody. And if you remember, if you've been a fan of the show from beginning to end, the final ride, you know that Clay and Gemma had a big hand in Jack's death, Jack's father's death. And I would say you reap what you sow. You may not have got it that day, that moment, or that time, but down the road, it was eventually going to come back to you. And basically, what happened with Jim and Clay and stuff. I think their intentions was good, but in a corrupt way, because they were so caught up in the club and the doings and representing that club to the fullest of anywhere, anyhow, whether it be corrupt or killing. And with Clay and Gemma, they really bring it more or less. Clay was a beast with it. He just didn't give a damn and stuff. And with Jack, as we know of, Jack wanted to end that cycle of what his father started. And on the final ride, it was so beautiful. It was just Shutter, Mr. Shutter, that produced it and created the show, did a fabulous job. Hands down, you gave us everything, and the representation with the crow and the bread and the blood as the wine. And when he saw the lady and like, who are you? And she said, it's time. Well, let's get into it. As Jack, last week he killed his mom, blew the back of her head out, and even she knew it was time. She was telling him like, hey, this is how we live, this is who we are. Let's do it. And even though he, part of him didn't want to, but that's all he knew. And that's what he was telling people. It's like, I'm so caught up in this, I don't know nothing else. All I know is about killing, lying, deceiving. And if you watch the episodes from he was a good guy. But let me reframe this. His intentions was good, but he was doing fucked up shit. That's what I mean. It's like even he knew he was so stuck in this cycle. He loved his boys so much. He didn't want them to even have a notion, because he was burning up pictures and letters and stuff. And he didn't want none of them to know anything about that. Like he said, tell him about, when he was telling Nero in part of the show, he's like, tell my sons about me. Tell them I was a criminal. I was a thief. If they hate me, then so be it. But be honest with them. And in the beginning of the show, Nero was like, Jack's with Gemma. Have you seen her? He said, well, she's up north with retired police officer Richard. I forgot his name, but he did let him be known, like, yeah, she dead. And from previous last week, he has set a deal with the other charters that after he take care of the business, um, he's going to vote for Mr. Mayhem for him to be killed and stuff or not. But he did do a lot of good things to end that cycle. One, the thing that his father wanted to get away from, the three kings, from the IRA, the the Irish, Republic, and they came down. They walked in the warehouse and they used my man to set them up, and it was beautiful. He shot them and killed them, and even the dude that, even though he lied to Jackson, he was doing shit behind the king's back. He told Jack, like, even you can't come back from this because even the three kings, they have connections. And he said, well, shit, my father been wanting to get away from him, so hey, I'll basically finish what he wanted, what he started, which I applaud him. I mean, before he did that, he was saying his goodbyes to everybody, telling everybody I love you, and saying people look at him like, the fuck, this ain't like Jackson. Even his baby, his first wife, Wendy, was like, what's going on? Neo on the side crying and shit from what Jax told her about Gemma and stuff, whatnot, and it was just like some crazy shit. Just a lot of it was emotional for me because I was like, damn, like you knew already, that it was gonna be that time. And what I loved about his club is, like, they voted on the Mr. Mayhem, but at the end of the day, they try to say, listen, just ride away. We're gonna say you shot your way out, and we're gonna give them, we're gonna lie to him. But that's later on. Let's get back to how he took care of a lot of other loose ends. He went to the district attorney. He set up a meeting with her to tell him what, so the police wouldn't be on the club. Tell him like what really happened. They told him the truth about how Gemma killed his wife, and Juice killed the police officer, their captain, and stuff, and then cover everything up. And they made this story up about the Chinese, and the lady was recording. He said, like, turn your recorder off. I'm not going to indict my club. You know what I'm saying? And because basically I did a lot of bullshit on the strength of what my mother told me. But things are straightened out now. And the district attorney was like, well, Jeff, what you gonna do? I mean, what happened at the end of the day? He said basically all the bad guys will lose, and he meant that too. He went to that retired police officer. Damn, I forgot his name, but went into his little where he cuts the meat up, little meat shop or whatever, basket shop. Blew his fucking head off. And he that was a long time coming, because if you remember, he's the one that set up one of Jack's people, got them killed, and took the guns and tried to blame it on somebody else. And they figured it out. What's his name? Lynn told Juice, and Juice told Jax. If y'all remember the episode, and that was payback. Jax was like, well, fuck it, if I'm gonna go all out, let me go all out. And he did. And he situation again, when I was mentioning when he saw the lady. And I'm gonna say this about the lady, that when she said it's time, basically she was an angel of death. She said, listen, your time is coming. Let's get ready. And she gave him that blanket. He's on the courthouse steps. August Marks come walking out with his bodyguard and his lawyer, and he's talking about what he's about to do and who he's going to do it to, and you set this up. Jack stood up, flew his bodyguard head off, and then he looking at August like, yeah, motherfucker, it's that time. And August looking like motherfucker, what? this the fuck you gonna do? Shot that motherfucker up, shot him up in the chest, and you know, you live by the gun, you die by that gun, and it was epic on that too. I mean, it's like Jax basically cleaned up, you know, a lot of loose ends and made a lot of things easier for his club. And then, you know, like I said, when he was with the his own club and they told him to, you know, go run away and hide, and he wouldn't stop at the side where his dad initialed his name and whatever, and the police officer saw him. He shot the police officer, and he had that long this entourage of police cars and motorcycles chasing him, you know, and he just drove his ass into that truck like arms are spread wide open. It was beautiful because at the end of the day, that's how his dad died. You know, got hit by a truck and make you think like, is that the same way his dad did it too? You know what I'm saying? Arms risen, drove right into a truck. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I mean, the moral of the story is like, you know, he was stuck in something that he really didn't want to be into. And even though he had love for that club and he looked at me as a family, he didn't like the situation that was brought to him, the guns, the drugs, all that bullshit. And he didn't want that for himself, really, and he really didn't want that for his kids. And when he buried Tara, you know, she really emphasized, like, Jack, this ain't you. You better than this. Let's get the fuck away from here. But at that moment, at that time, Jack was so obligated to that club that also his mother was putting shit in his ear. Clay, when he was alive, was putting shit in his ear. You know, so either way, he couldn't think straight. And then, you know, his mother always thought Tara was like, you know, to take him away from the club, and that's her baby. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nobody gonna take her baby away. And you know, how she killed Tara was just so vicious. You know what I'm saying? And truth be told, Jimmy got what she deserved. And even Jack. And I like Jack. Jack lived that life. And when you live that life, you reap what you sow. You know what I'm saying? I mean, even though, yeah, he killed himself, but at the end of the day, he wanted that cycle to end with him of the destruction of killing, murder, lying, drug dealing, gun running. He didn't want that for his kids. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want none of that for his kids, and I understand it. You know what I'm saying? As a parent, you know, you want so much more for your kids and stuff or not. So I understand it. You know what I'm saying? It was I say it was epic, straight epic. I mean, the show was just. I mean, it ended so beautifully. I mean, it's like a man was like, "Take me." But this is Just Roy, aka Just. You guys have a blessed day or night, whatever you may be doing. And again, Son of Anarchy was so beautiful. It was just like, again, epic. I was just loving it. So this is Just Roy, aka just a channel you want to check out. And if you like what you heard and you're a new viewer, click to subscribe and comment, please. All right. Thank you.